and welcome back to Colouring with Amy. So it's my favourite time of the month where we get to look at completed pages, and this is for August 2022, and I have a big list and a big pile of books to look at. So I think I completed around 18 images this month, so I'm going to just get started. First of all, I'm going to show you two that my daughter completed, and this is in Mermaids, Fairies and Other Girls of Whimsy by Hannah Lynn. She finished this one. I did this one this month as well, so that's really exciting. And she did this with Arteza Everblend alcohol markers. I love the way she's done the hair. I love the way she's done the cheeks and the blush. I might try and do that. Yeah, so it's just really, really fun. Then this one last month was a whip, and she's finished that. I love the way that she's done the hair. The little koala is so cute. Yeah, she's done really, really well that one. That's alcohol markers. And then she did a Dracula. This one's awesome. The hair just looks wicked, and the skin and the eyes all just looks amazing. So yeah, she completed those three this month in Hannah Lynn's Mermaids, Fairies and Other Girls of Whimsy. So that's my daughter. She's 8 years old. So this one I coloured in Big Fantasy Colouring Book in Grayscale by Molly Harrison, and I finished this one yesterday. So I wanted to have a really limited colour palette with this, so I went, this is done with Arteza Premium pencils, and it's just two reds, wine red and another red. And then I wanted the wings are also red, and there's also some grey in there. And then I put some Art Spirits sparkly watercolour paint on the red bits, and there's also some Pentel dual hybrid on the wings and the sparkle. The moon is in a gold, I think it's called Moon Dust or Moon Gold from the Calero Fine Tech. There's a bit of Pentel dual hybrid on her shoes. Then the background is actually two Distress Oxides, one in soot and the other is something like, I can't remember the colour, but it's quite a royal blue colour, and I mixed them together to get this kind of midnight blue effect. And then I tried to put some water on it, but the water didn't really work on this paper to get the kind of distress look. So I decided to put some Nebula Stickles glitter gel on the background, and I actually think it looks really, really nice. I was really happy with that. And then I thought, oh, well, it still didn't look right, so I put some washi tape around the edges, and I really, really liked the way it turned out. Really, really happy with it. Love the limited colour palette. Love her. I think she's adorable. And she has actually got green eyes. I don't know if you can see that there. And I love the way her skin turned out as well. Again, that was just two pencils. So that I actually finished that in about 2 hours yesterday. So really, really happy with that. And I love the images in this book. There's another, she's got another one as well, which I'm really tempted to get. So that's Molly Harrison's Big Fantasy Colouring Book. Then this is Hannah Carlson's Tales from the Forest Kingdom. I had a good flick through here before I decided on an image, and I went with the fairies. So for a change with this one, I actually did the background first. I did this kind of pink, light pink purple kind of fairy magic, and that's all in Neocolour 2s, and then I went over with pencil. And then I did the galaxy background also in Neocolour 2s, and that was like a black and a Prussian blue. And then I did the fairies, and that was with Black Widow pencils, and there's some gold on her dress. Pentel dual hybrid went over all the lines, so there was a yellow fairy, blue fairy and a pink fairy. And then in their wings, I don't know if you can pick it up, there's some rain, if you can, some Art Spirits Rainbow Dust watercolour paint. Then the mushrooms are also, I think, Neocolour 2, and I went over with some pencil. There's also some metallic Calero paint in these bits coming down from the mushrooms. Lots of white Posca, lots of Pentel dual hybrid, and then I put stickles on each of the mushrooms in different colours. So this one is like Sunburst, this one is Glisten, this one is Grapefruit, and then I think this one's probably Crystal or Diamond or something. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this page, much more vivid than I was expecting it to be. So it's gone a bit out of focus, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, so that's that one. Tales from the Forest Kingdom by Hannah Carlson. Then I did this one from A Million Bears by Lulu Mayo. I just got to check what I did this with. So I based this all with Bambino crayons. And then I went over all of it with Polychromos pencils. Then the background is Neocolor 2, and then I put some Stickles glitter gel. I have to say, I like the colours, but it's not as vivid. So I'm going to try not to base it with Bambinos in future and see if I can just go with Polys and see how that works. But I quite like it. It's different for me. It's just not as vivid. Probably, I just don't like it as much as this page, I think. But I hadn't done one in A Million Bears for ages, so I thought it was time I did one in A Million Bears. But that's that one. They are cute pages. Then, this I have to say, from Johanna Basford's World of Wonder, was an absolute labour of love, and I enjoyed every single second of it. I did the Floating Islands, which is I think like the first page in the book. And I started off with this island, and let me just check what I used. I used Polychromos for most of like the pencil work. The trees I used Polychromos and Staedtler fine liners to kind of get like the blossom effect. The grass on all of the islands is actually, is that Inktense? Is Inktense. Then there's some Pental Dual Hybrid in the middle of the flowers, and there's Stickles on the mushrooms. And then each of the islands has a different colour metallic paint on the bottom. So these are golds. This is like a metallic green, and I used a mixture of Calero and Arteza metallic watercolour paints. This is like a red and a cinnamon from the Calero. This is definitely Arteza. This is Calero because it's like the I can't remember what they call this colour. But this is like a purple, and this is like a iridescent bluey pink. And then I looked at this for ages and ages, and I couldn't decide what background I wanted. I knew I wanted it to be kind of magical, whimsical. So I just thought I'm going to go around each of these with silky crayons in the similar colour which matches the metallic paint, and then I'll put some Poscas in to make it look magical. And then I added some blue just to make it look a bit like a sky, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. It was a labour of love. I enjoyed every single second. I can't get the full thing in for you, but it is on my Instagram if you wanted to have a look. But it was a joy, an absolute joy. And on this water here is some Enchanted Shimmer, iridescent on the water. It was just a joy. The pencils laid down fantastically. It was just a joy. I loved every second of it. I think this is probably my favourite page of the month, and one of my favourites I've done for a long time. So, yeah, that was Johanna Basford's Worlds of Wonder. Then I did one in Enchanted Faces, and this was quite a long time ago. I did Monica, apparently, in Enchanted Faces. I'm going to have to check which one she is. Monica, where are you? I cannot remember what she looks like. Oh, yes, I can. She was the blonde one with feathers. I think this might be it. Yeah, here she is. So, this was the one I did. So I based it with Arteza Everblend markers. I knew I wanted a pale skin. I knew I wanted blonde hair. I don't normally do blonde hair, so I wasn't quite sure what I was doing. I knew I wanted blue feathers to contrast back against that. Blue sky. All of the hearts have stickles on them. Hearts on her face. I put some stickles in her eyes. There's some stickers on her wings, some stickers in the clouds. So I went a bit stickle crazy, and then I also put some washi tape on. And I don't think the washi tape is actually on my Instagram image, so you get to see the final finished version. But I'm loving these little books. I'm looking to get the little simple girls some pocket size book as well. So that's Enchanted Faces by Hannah Lynn. Then a new book for me this month is Romantic Country, Erie, the first tale. And I did the stamps page. Again, I looked through this for ages trying to work out what to do. Now, I didn't love my pencil choice in this book. I used my Arteza Expert, and I didn't like the way they laid down So I'm going to try a different one next time, probably Polychromos, but I'm not sure yet. So I actually really enjoyed it when I got down to it. Each of the stamps has got like a metallic, most of them have got a metallic border. And I knew towards the end that I wanted it to look like a stamp collector's book, so kind of that brown mottled tea stained colour. So I used Distress Oxide in Vintage Photo, Walnut Stain and Soot, and then I did a lot of spraying with water to get the kind of mottled distress ink, and then kind of dabbed it up with paper towel. And I love the way it turned out. Absolutely love it. And I'm really, really looking forward to doing more in this book. There's just some beautiful, beautiful images. And it's going to be my haul video, so I'll do a little bit more of a flip. And I probably will, if you want a full flip through of this, I know there are loads already, but if you want me to, I'm happy to do one. So that was a Romantic Country. Then the beautiful Emma Colours 2020 was doing a D-stash, and she was getting rid of her Maria Trolle Drew Maurice, and I've had that on my wish list for quite a while, and so I bought this from her. So thank you so much, Emma Colours 2020. And so as a kind of dedication to her, really, I did my first page in here almost as soon as I got it, and it's this one. Again, this felt like a labour of love. There's so many details in this picture. I'm just going to check what I used. Drew Maurice, where are you? Oh, I can't find Drew Maurice. So I used Black Widows in this. Pentel Jewel Hybrid, and then for the here I did a chalk pastel background. I kind of wanted it to look magical. So many details. I like the way the birds turned out and the feathers on the birds. I like the way my little girl turned out, which reminds me of my daughter. So I coloured her like my daughter, and I'm probably going to keep her the same hair and dress all the way through the book, as I noticed, and I also noticed it looks like a story, very much like Ivy and the Inky Butterfly. So I wanted to colour the first page so that I could kind of set up what the rest of it might look like, so that, you know, this treehouse might look the same in another one. But I really, really love all the colours. I love all the different greens, and every time I look at it, it just makes me happy. So thank you very much, Emma Colours 2020. Love the book. We'll be doing more in it. So that's Drew Maurice by Maria Trolle. Then I did A Million Mermaids. So this was a new book for me, and my first one in this book. And this is really funny because the picture that I put on Instagram, it makes this background look really like pea green, but in real life it's much more kind of bluey turquoise green. I think you can probably pick that up on camera. So the inside of this was, based with Bambino crayons, and then I went over it with Polychromos. Then there's some Pentel Jewel Hybrid in her hair, on her tail, in the insides of the flowers. Then the shell is also Polychromos, and I also put a bit of Calero Fine-Tech paint. Then the background is Magic Fly iridescent acrylic paint, and I liked the green, and then I thought no, it could do with a little bit more glitter, so I put some Stickles glitter gel. I think it's in Solar Flare or something, but it's a gold with stars in. So yeah, it looks much more turquoise than my Instagram picture shows. But yeah, I really, really like her. I love my colour combos for these flowers, and I really like A Million Mermaids. It's such a cute little book. Again, happy to do a flip if you need a flip of A Million Mermaids by Lulu Mayo. That's that one. Then we have Fragile World. This was quite an early on in the month for me. There was a cat hashtag follow along on Instagram, and it was all about big cats and tigers. So I decided to do this page. And this was based in, I think it was, Ecoline Waterbrush water pen water-based markers, and I have had a request from a subscriber to do a kind of how I use water-based markers and alcohol markers, and I will be doing that in the month of September, just to show how I do them and base them. So I based this with Ecoline water-based markers and then went over with pencil for shading. The tiger similarly, And I think, I can't remember what I went over with. Black Widows I went over them with. I'm much happier with the colours I used on his face than I am with the body. The body's much too orange for my liking. Would have liked more of a yellow ochre colour, I think, rather than this bright orange. But such is life. Then the butterflies are all Black Widows, and each of them has got stickles on them. And I wanted it to contrast with the tiger. Then the background is actually silky crayons, I think. Yeah, silky crayon backgrounds. It's very, very similar background to this little guy. Yellow and orange. I really liked the combination and wanted it kind of look like a sunset. So yeah, I really, really liked that. And I was really, really happy with the way it turned out, actually. Not so, you know, the orange is too dark for me, but, you know, I find these Kirby pages quite difficult, and this was a challenge, but I really like the way it turned out. So yeah, that was Kirby Roseanne's Fragile World. Then this again was quite early on in the month. This I coloured on the day my daughter went for a sleepover, and me and my husband were having our 12th wedding anniversary celebration. And I coloured this is Rita Berman's The World Under the Microscope on Land. And I coloured, is it that one? No, it's not that one. Sorry, folks. This one. So this was coloured with Arteza Expert pencils, which I love using in Rita Berman's books. Or clear, completed on the 6th of August. I did actually date this one. And I loved this. I absolutely loved it. I'd seen lots of images, and I just went with what I felt like. So this was Arteza Expert pencils. Pentel Dual Hybrids. It's gelatos in the background, so iridescent, so I don't think there is a shine to them. Don't know if you... Yeah, you can just about pick that up on camera. Yeah, you can definitely pick it up with the purple. There's some Pentel Dual Hybrids with all the bits around the edges. I added some white Posca as well. I don't know if you can... Yeah, you can just about see that. Absolutely loved this page. Absolutely loved it. And I just love the result. And I put this on Instagram, and Rita Berman liked it. So I was just a bit starstruck, actually. So yeah, that's again one of my favourite pages for the month. Love the way it turned out. And now I want to do this one to make them kind of join up. So that was that one. Then Circle of Life. I was feeling a bit Circle of Life bereft last month. So I did this as one of my first for the month. And I did the fish mandala page. There we go, this one. This was coloured with Polychromos, Arteza Metallic Watercolour, that's all these bits in the middle here. Spectrum Noir Sparkle Brush Pens at the top for the sunset. Calero Fine Tech, this is the dark blue up here. Stickles and Posca. I have to say, loved this. Absolutely loved it. I don't normally go for mandalas, but I absolutely love this. I think this is not a typical mandala. It's not the same repeated pattern. Absolutely loved it. There's some stickles which I got, which is like a yellowy green. Oh, just loved it. Loved the result. But this book is so easy to colour in terms of however you colour it, it's going to look beautiful, because the line art, the illustration is just so exceptional. But yeah, had a lot of fun with it. Really like the way it turned out. I've had a really good fun colouring month in August, and I've been really happy with a lot of the results. Next one I have is Seasons by Hannah Carlson, and we did this as a full colour along on the channel, and it was this page. I don't know if you remember. I did a different video for different parts. So I did this one in one part, this in another, this in another, and this in another. And then the finishing touches video was in August. So this was coloured with Black Widows, is all I've noted down. But I know the background is silky crayons. There's some Stickles Nebula in there as well. There's some glossy accents on the bottle with some Pentel Dual Hybrid. Posca pen for some highlights in the flowers. Just a lot of fun. I wanted it to look like a summer page, and it certainly does look like that. So that's Seasons by Hannah Carlson. Then the next one I also did as a colour along on the channel, and that was Microscope de Europa. I did a poll on my new community tab because I hit 500 subscribers, and Microscope de Europa came out as the thing you like to do as a colour along. So I did this, and we did 2 or 3 squares per video, and I did the finishing touches last week. So this is Arteza Expert pencils, Posca pen, Pentel Dual Hybrid. There's some glossy accents on the crab and the shell down here. There's some Staedtler fine liners in the borders. And I've kind of kept my theme of, so for Italy here I did the Italian flag, and so I decided that the border would maintain the kind of Italy theme of green. I know this is kind of cheating with the cream. Red, green, white. So that's what I've done. And I'm probably going to make this into squares on this page when I get round to it as well. But that was really fun, and I actually did a live for one of these squares. Can't remember which. I think this was the live, this one, and I can't remember what the other part of the live was, but I did a live, my first live for this page, so that was good fun. So that was Microscope de Europa by Rita Berman. Then I wanted to challenge myself and do another Kirby Roseanne page, and I thought, oh goodness, I'm never going to finish this before the end of August, but this actually didn't take me very long, and it's this beautiful shell. And it just appealed to me because of all the musical instruments, because I'm a musician. So I used black Sakura Jelly Roll glaze on the musical notes and the treble clef. All the pencil work is Black Widows. Then all of these funny bits coming out of the shell is all watercolour paint. It's either Clear Rose or it's Arteza metallic watercolours. There is some Pentel Dual Hybrid. What else did I do? And then the background is Neocolour 2s in Prussian Blue, Ultramarine, Sky Blue, Jade Green and Turquoise Blue. And I kind of graduated them down. I think I got the blender pretty good. It didn't look very good the first layer, but when I went over it again and with the second layer, it was much better. And then I thought, you know what? I still want some glitter, so I put some Stickles glitter gel on. And I have to say I'm quite happy with the way it turned out. I think next time I would just go for one colour, and I'd probably go for a green all the way up rather than it graduating. But this page I'm going to do the opposite, so I'm probably going to do the shell and that blue and then do a purpley pink background, just to contrast them, because they're very similar, kind of double page spread really. But I was quite happy with that, and it didn't take as long as I was expecting it to. But again, you can see all the sparkle. So that was Imagimorphia by Kirby Roseanne. Then this one I did quite quickly, I think over the weekend. It's Meine Sommerspaziergang, so my walk through summer by Rita Berman. And I'd already done this page last month, so I decided to do this page this month. So I knew this was going to be water and this was going to be sand. So I really like the way it turned out. I kind of matched the ball to the swimming costume. I've matched the bikini up together. The bikini could be worn with the shorts. Love my flippers. I did tortoiseshell glasses. I had a lot of fun with this page. I kind of matched the bag with the hat over here. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was Arteza Expert, Neocolour 2 for the background. It was in like a golden yellow and a yellow ochre. And then lots of gel pens and things. I had a lot of fun with that, and again, I love my ice cream. So that was that one, Meine Spaziergang through summer. Then I did Secret Garden by Johanna Basford, and I've got lots of comments on this on my channel. So when I did this, I didn't think anything of it when I'd finished the wreath. And when it wasn't until I put the background in that I was like, yes, that's what I wanted. So, oh gosh, I can't find it. I'm really sorry. Oh, yes, it was on the back. So I did this with, hang on, Secret Garden, Polychromos pencils. And I did. I got some Brut Funa macarons, and I used some of those as well. There's some Pentel Dual Hybrids for the centre of the flowers. There's lots of Posca. Then so I finished the wreath and I was like, no, it needs a background. So I got my chalk pencils out and I tried to match the backgrounds with the kind of flower colours. The green goes with where the leaves are and the blue is going with the blue. And then I thought, no, I want to kind of do a little bit of bokeh. So I then got my electric eraser and my stencil and took out lots of circles. And then I coloured a few of those circles in as well. And then I put a few of them with stickles. And I love the way it came out. So happy. It looks so magical. It looks so summery. It's so pretty. And I've had a lot of comments, people going, how did you do that? Did you do that afterwards? Did you do it before? And I did the wreath first, then I did the chalk background, and then I did the circles. And then I've sprayed it with fixative as well. So I tend to do my backgrounds afterwards rather than before. It's very rare for me to do a background before. But yeah, so I was really happy with that one. Secret Garden, Johanna Basford, one that I hadn't coloured in for a long time. And then my final one for this month is from Fairy Tale Princess and Storybook Darling. So this is another new book for me. And my daughter chose this page, and this one is called Enchanted Rose. And I coloured this in with Arteza Everblend alcohol markers. And then I went over it with Black Widow pencils. Love the way the hair turned out. I was having a bit of a blonde hair month. Love the way the hair turned out. I was really, really happy with that. Then I went over with some Enchanted Shimmer Blue for the pond. And then, because she's a princess, I really didn't like kind of the flat purple. So I went over with some Dragonfly Glaze, which is like a violet, blue, green, gold shift. So it looks like a princessy dress. And I also put some glossy accents on her lips. And I really like the way this page turned out. It's slightly different to like Enchanted Faces or Mermaids and Fairies, because it's got more of a background to colour. So I really, really enjoyed that. And my daughter, we decided, because this book I can't remember, was it 50 images? Can't remember. Let's see what it says. It's 50 images, but they're duplicated, so there's 25 and there's 2 of each. So my daughter is going to be colouring this one so that she can do her take on this page. So we're kind of going to share this book. But she's really loving Hannah Lynn at the moment, so I said that was absolutely fine. But really, really enjoyed that. And that's my last picture of the month. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I've enjoyed my August colouring month. Don't know how I'm going to get on in September, because I'm back to work kind of more and not taking so much time off, but we'll see what happens. Thoroughly enjoyed my August. I hope you've all enjoyed yours too. Please message me, let me know what you might like to see on the channel. If you'd like to do a buddy colour, I've got old buddy colour lined up for September, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, you'll be seeing more of me, and I'll see you all again soon.